Hey, what's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the Ortiz versus Lawson DAZN recap as they collided. Virgil Ortiz and Frederick Lawson collided on January 6th to kick off the new year in boxing in a super welterweight showdown. Now, before we get into that, if you could smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. This fight, let's get into now the undercard. You had Arnold Barbosa Jr. made his Golden Boy debut and fought for the first time in like 11 months. The guy he took on, Jesus, I'm having trouble announcing his name. He wasn't a real known fighter. Decent enough, but Barbosa just kind of broke him down. He took some shots in the fight. But man, his combination punching, it really is on point, you know, at least against this level of competition so far, you know. So Barbosa coming off the biggest win of his career, an impressive performance against Jose Pedraza last year. Wins his Golden Boy debut. He talked a lot of shit about Ryan Garcia and about Teofimo Lopez, as he's a top contender and he wants to get in that mix. So next week I'll be doing his what's next video and going over what possibly could be coming up for the undefeated junior welterweight contender, as he had a nice, I believe it was an 8th or 9th round TKO victory, as he stayed undefeated and moving and pushing forward. The co-feature was a big one. O'Hara Davies was making his Golden Boy debut, taking on Ishmael Barroso, who was the 40-year-old who got pretty much robbed last year in a controversial stoppage loss to Rolly Romero for the vacant WBA title when Tony Weeks jumped in and stopped the fight way too early, costing Barroso the fight, as he was well ahead on the scorecards heading into the 9th round. This one wouldn't even get close to that. Davies, a lot of people thought he was going to be putting himself in position for a world title, only losing prior to this to Josh Taylor and Jack Catterall, and Ishmael Barroso didn't even give him time to get started, as the first big left hand he landed hurt and dropped Davies, as Barroso mandated his rematch with Rolly Romero, as the winner is in line for a title shot. Davies was the #1 contender and was supposed to get the title shot against Rolly Romero following the win over Barroso, but Rolly Romero filed a medical exemption, and Barroso was guaranteed an automatic rematch. So what they did is they put Barroso and Davies together, waiting around for Romero in a mandatory fight to determine who the top dog is for Rolly Romero for the WBA belt, and Ishmael Barroso left no doubt. So big time victory for Barroso. He knocks out O'Hara Davies in 1 round and becomes the mandatory challenger for Rolly Romero for the WBA belt. Congratulations to him, 40 years old, and he said he was going to get justice and make sure everybody knew, and that was a big time win, so congrats. Then in the main event, you had Virgil Ortiz Jr. returning after what was about almost a 1.5-year layoff to take on Frederick Lawson, and as Ortiz was debuting at 154. Lawson, highest weight he had ever fought at as well. So, Ortiz came in a big favorite and, stopped Lawson in the first round. Yes, it was a premature stoppage by Tony Weeks again, but I really think Lawson was already hurt and Ortiz was going to bust him out of there either that round or the next round. I don't really think it made a big difference, but Tony Weeks, the thing is he was the guy in the Rolly Romero Ishmael Barroso fight last year when he stopped it too early. The thing is sometimes it could matter, and last year it mattered. And Tony Weeks just, that's 2 bad ones in a row now, major ones that people are going to look at, and that might be all she wrote for the veteran you know, the veteran referee. I even said when they showed him, I go, damn, Tony's trying to look young still. You know, he just doesn't look like himself. Maybe it's past him a little bit. I understand protecting the fighters more than letting them get hurt. I get that part of it. But, you know, in both circumstances, it didn't look like either fighter was hurt. So, you know, that's my take on that one. So, that's it. That's what I got. Congratulations to Virgil Ortiz. I don't think he's a top 10 guy yet. I'm just throwing it out there. But I will evaluate him and what he's done and compare it to my top 10 and go from there when I do my What's Next videos next week. But Ishmael Barroso, in my opinion, punched a ticket to the top 10 with a dominant victory over O'Hara Davies following his win over Rolly Romero last year. So Ishmael Barroso is going to be part of the top 10 moving forward. And we will also do a What's Next video on Arnold Barbosa Jr. So that's it. That's what I got. That's my DAZN recap from the January 6th card that was headlined by Virgil Ortiz Jr. and Frederick Lawson. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.